Okay, I want to speak about this one step ticket closer to your freedom. And so let's see, what is that? So we all know that success demands learning, right? So you can make a good decisions. But the problem usually lies that we don't have enough time. And everybody has 24 hours a day, but enough time means that you have just different priorities. You have to take care of a lot of other stuff, right? And so when you already have a business, it becomes even more complicated, because now you're working for yourself, and now you also need to grow the business instead of working in someone else's business where you just can, get the stuff done and just maintain it. And so when you run the Amazon business, your sales are, let's say, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, maybe 15,000 a month already, but you still kind of feel that it's still not enough. My business is not growing, maybe not as fast as I want to. And so I just want to know that I know what you feel, because I have been there and just dying to get to this point where I can start paying myself salary and just quit everything else in my life. And so I can tell you that you can literally go nuts if you do this, if you have already like a steady revenue in Amazon and just trying to keep everything yourself. And I know this because I was you 4 years ago. Whoever already is making sales on Amazon, I was you 4 years ago. I know what you feel, I know what you're going through, and that's why I just want to share you these tactics with you. So I want you to know that you need to work on your business forever, not in it. And if you have one book recommendation to this, then this E-Myth, revisit it, why most small businesses don't work and what to do about it, and why most of the small businesses die in 3 years. And so this really explains also the point that I'm trying to give you. And so what you have to do in this Amazon business, if you have a business that you're running, what you have to do is to get rid of everything that makes you sick. And believe me, there's every single person in the world has something in the business model that they don't like to do. It's either numbers or finding a product or whatever, customer service. And if you have to list everything, you feel bad, right? And so how anybody else in the company can feel good or how anybody else around you in your family can feel good if you feel bad? Means that you're just doing everything on every day. And also you didn't start a business or Amazon business or whatever business to be a slave, right? So you don't want to be a slave of your company either. So whenever you're getting already finances coming in, you have to try and strive for the freedom from obligations. And so what I want to say is that let me ask you a question. How did you get so far? You learned the Amazon business, for instance, or whatever business you're doing. You implemented all the strategies and tactics that you learned. You created the sales and income. And now you have two options. Either to keep the business yourself, or to study more and grow the business. And note, it's crucial to understand that every business has some recurring tasks which keeps the engine running and cash flow coming in, and these are important tasks. Even though Amazon business has really few tasks compared to normal businesses, it still has quite some running and recurring tasks that you need to get done on a daily or weekly or a monthly basis. And so what I want to say is that you don't actually build a business ever. You can have a job in your own business, but if you're trying to build a business, then you have to build people, and then people will start building the business. And that's a sensitive topic. So you need to get rid of these recurring tasks from your life, because you want what you want. Let's see. You don't want to keep working to maintain the business, right? And so like if you're doing the business with recurring tasks, you just handle everything, you're doomed, So recurring tasks cannot take more than 60% of your time ever, like ever. If you're already taking like 50 or 60%, you're already, for the long term, you're already screwed because you have an income, but you just you are not able to grow it. And time can go faster, and market can go faster than you can grow. So you will be stuck somewhere, sometime. And so to get the lifestyle like we've been striving for with Tony, and we finally have, is it means that we don't have to do anything to maintain the business. We don't have any obligations to run the business. The business is automated, means that people are taking care of recurring tasks, and what we can do, we can relax and really work on the business. Means that I can study, I can travel, and I can implement the new tactics that will actually grow the business, because somebody has to be on top of the growth. And let me tell you, your employees will not do that unless you're really skillful to put them, to create those employees who will start doing this. And this is, we're also teaching insiders, but you want to have a lifestyle where you don't have obligations in your company. Means that people are taking care of this. And so you can travel and have this relaxed mindset, which actually creates a lot of ideas, and also you become more creative. If you're busy all the time, you don't have time to think. You don't have time to study. You don't have time to implement new things, and you're always in stress. And so that's not something you want, right? So 2 things you need to get done to get life like this. You want to study, and you want what? You want to implement what you studied, because you need to start doing this constantly. And that's why you want to get rid of all that stuff that makes you sick, so you can really focus and narrow down on the area maybe where you are really good, and to grow that business. And maybe you're not even great on like a huge scale of business building, but then again, you can focus on the area that what you like, so you can feel good. And when you feel good, you will be more successful. So how to do that? So the first major task when you have income from Amazon are you hire a VA. And you get rid of these CSR tasks. Simple as that. This will already, you will get so much time. And so why this is important? You need to free up your time. You need to stop doing what you don't like. You need to focus on learning. You need to take more actions and grow the business. And so you have to one step closer on working on the business, not in it. And so important thing here is that, think about, in Europe or in Western countries, the hiring a person is really, really difficult. And it's not difficult, actually, it's actually really expensive, and you can't really fire a person. For instance, in Finland, it's really difficult to fire a person, and it's a huge hustle. But instead of like hiring a VA from Philippines, think about, for $200, you will save 80 hours every month. For $400 or $500, which actually is the normal salary, you will have 160 hours more time to grow your business. And not even that, you will be more happier. And so, and there is no obligation to, if you don't like the person, if it doesn't work out, then you don't need to work with the person. You can let the person go, and nothing will happen. They are freelancers for your company. All right? And think about how much time you can save with so little money. And for some people, hiring somebody is so unsexy topic, and that's understandable because it's made a serious thing in Western countries. And so, first of all, you need to hire a VA. And it's a virtual assistant that's going to work remotely from home in Philippines for you. Why Philippines? Because they speak nice English. And so virtual, the we call the person like a problem solver, because the first thing you want to do is get rid of the problem. And you're going to drop everything that you don't like to this person. And so you need to find a person who is really like a solution, can find solutions fast. And so why this is important? You can free up your time from low value tasks, those tasks that are not gonna give more money, will not bring more money into your company, like answering customer emails and stuff like that. Like, you know, it's completely waste of your time. And why this is important is, like, the first thing that virtual assistant can do is can deliver you metrics, deliver you information from your company around different areas where you can make smarter decisions. This is really important. And so the listing optimizer can also like be the listing repair person who really, if listing goes down, if something goes wrong, contacting Amazon, like taking care of this unknown, this really not cool stuff with Amazon, and just gets the listings active again. And so the person can also be a research person. It's so often like this nowadays. Actually, I'm like me and Tony, we have our own VA, and basically if I need some information, just tell the person, I need this information, just go and get it. That's it. Present me this information by this date. I need to make this decision. And so the research person, the person has to be the way that they will find a lot of information and really organize the way present this to you really quickly. And so we call actually the first VA that we hire right now, she is an Amazon problem solver. Her main KPI, the main metric that she has to deliver is the listings active. If listing gets inactive, then this is her most priority number one. And of course, you can delegate all the rest of the tasks, whatever are not necessary to get done. And so, and also listing optimizer, virtual assistant can also be an informative role, giving you information. And so the person can get you a lot of stuff. It's like your own VA. And so how to manage a person like this? And believe me, guys, it's super simple. We're speaking about this all the time, the insiders, so it's super simple. You don't need to worry about it. So basically, recurring and random task delivery. This is how you manage the person. You give them tasks, you have a weekly goals with the person, and you drop in stuff that you need to get done, and the person will start getting that stuff done and reports you every single day in a daily huddle, 15 minutes. Is there any problems, and how is this going? And so basically, you manage the person. The one option is to manage what you need to get done, that the person is getting done by the time you want to get it done. That's it. You can assign critical KPI, and critical KPIs can be like a listings active. Like for instance, for me, most stressful thing in Amazon is when listing gets inactive and you need to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this. I never will want to deal with it. I mean, companies have a lot of problems, but I'm the last person who wants to deal with the problems, right? I want to deal with the, I want to deal with learning and implementing new stuff. And so you will provide listings, KPI, like some metric that the person is responsible of, and you also, of course, set standards. If you have 9 listings, you set a standard that one listing cannot be down more than a month. I mean, that's not acceptable. And so you can see if you have already many products, 7 marketplaces, it's like a lot of listings. So it's really necessary task. And so let's put a plan of action here for you. And I'm going to help you now to hire a VA. And it's super simple again. I'm going to give everything that you need. And first you go online jobs ph, go there right now and create an account. So you can register account here, and then you're going to post a job. Super simple. I'm going to give you all the texts, so don't worry about this. You're going to click this button, and then you're going to see you're going to post a test. Now you need to start putting stuff in, right? And that's another problem. Like for me personally, figuring out the text there is really annoying. So let me give you everything. And you can get this later from the links below this video. So you need all that stuff, right? And so you can just copy paste. I'm going to share you the document. So job overview. You can read it yourself. I'm not going to read it for you. but this is what we are actually posting ourselves when we are looking for VAs. Qualifications, what you write there. Again, you have all the information here, just copy paste, you're done. Accountabilities, again, copy paste, add your own stuff, whatever you want, and you get stuff done. It doesn't really matter. Why join us? You can also create some kind of story about this. This is the text we have. You can use this. Better if you really a little bit tweak it. And then again, copy the text and paste into the box or description. Of course, this is again description area. Of course, perks you will enjoy. You need to give some benefits to the person. So again, this is again another text there. You're going to copy it. And of course, after the description area, you will have this salary, full-time or part-time, and keep the ID proof greater than 70. And it's basically like evaluation is the person really the person who is behind the applicant, right? All these are going to the description area. So now you're going to choose which skills are important for this person, right? You want English, you want, if there is something you really specifically need, you can add that. Maybe you need a graphic designer at this moment, so you can just find that, right? Anyway, for me personally, VA is a research person, really. And then the person needs that, like, they are self-organized and can get on top of information as quickly as possible, and then can organize information really quickly as possible for me to have that information. And so at the end of the day, I will use from this English also maybe some project management. If you find research from somewhere under those, you can find research and then use that as well. So anyway, choose all these. It doesn't matter, just, you know, but at the end of the day, because we're going to do the tests for the person. And so add your email, your name, and post the job. So what next? Good question, right? Now you're going to create a form that basically you will add form into the text. No, after they have applied to the job, you're going to send them this form, the link to this form. That's it. And so I have the link here for this form, and after you just open this form and make it same as this is. You know, you just see the headline, you see personal information. You can, I don't know, can you copy the form, but you want to make the same kind of form. And then you want to open from the top right corner the settings of the form. And now what you're going to do there is you go to presentation and place this information there. Thank you for your interest, blah, 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 blah. Like here is the next link for your next assignment. All right, so let's see what is the next assignment. And this is the link for the next assignment, and how it looks like is here. And this is just a questionnaire. And again, I have a link for you, so you can just copy paste everything. You don't need to figure out, you just create your own form that looks exactly like this. And there's a lot of questions there, so it's a screenshot, so it's not just 3 questions. Both of them have a lot of questions. So yeah, this is the second thing they need to. Then there's a lot of questions. They need to answer everything, so you can really get a good overview of the people. And so then step number 3 is you're going to give them a test. And that's really simple again. You're going to create a document or a new form, and then you're going to choose what kind of tests you want to give them. And so it's really simple. In this is the second thing that we ask from them, right? So here, we're going to put this last test form URL here. And this can be a Google Drive document, which is shared to all the people. So, or, you know, and then when they enter it, they have the instructions, what you want. And so what are the instructions? So create some sort of test for research on Amazon. And for instance, you can, if you want the new product ideas, you can give them criteria for the product. You can give them categories if you want, your Amazon products, new ideas found from. You can give them free tools they can use and tell them what products to avoid. And basically, you ask them to send you a link to the Google Drive with answer as soon as possible. The more specific you can be on what you want, the more qualified person you can get back, because you can also see what kind of, are they actually following the rules? This is the first thing you want to evaluate always. Are they really following the rules? And make sure that rules are really black and white. So simple to understand, so your grandmother understands the rules. And also can be really simple test, what are the image requirements in Amazon, and based on this listing, which products are actually not following the image requirements, or whatever research you want to get done, because what we want from this is that we want to get as fast as possible information back. We want to as specific information back, and the whole point of the VA is that they are self-organized, quick and fast to come up with solutions for your problems. Yes, they are quick to Google and analyze. And you know what? Do you know how we manage those people? The VA should be a person who you give the tasks. And what I usually do is, when I want them to learn something, I just tell them, I need this, just go and get it. And or I need to know this, please go and get it. Sometimes I have some training, so I give them a training and tell them, next Friday or in 5 days, I want you to present me, creating really a slides and presentation. What did you learn from this training? How can we implement this to the company? And what are the action steps for me to do? And this is how you basically teach the VA. You give them material and you ask them to come back to you with solutions. And that's the way you're going to lead. Really often your VAs will come to you with, I don't know this, and how this, and blah, 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 I need to you teach me that. And you know what happens? You work for the VA because they are delegating things to you, and so now you need to stretch, right? We don't want that. We want to create immediately from the day one that they understand that they have to deliver to you, not the opposite way. And so if they don't understand, they have to ask questions, not that you need to follow up every single day. Do you understand, or how is this going? So this way we can create these self-organized people in the company who are really on top of the things that you ask them to do. And so after you have received back those tests, whatever you had to, wanted the person to research, for instance, you just have an interview. And my personal I personally I have seen that people who can bring you back results fast are usually the better performers, because and people who are making many days to get to the answer are usually the lower performers. So the speed of implementation is one really critical factor. The second is, are they actually following the rules? How well are they following the rules? How well are they answering those questions that you are asking? How specific they are? And so please make sure that you always look at things like that. And so thanks for the video. It's 24 minutes. I hope it was pretty quick and fast. It's really an unsexy topic, but you know what? Make yourself a favor. Get rid of the annoying, low value tasks as fast as possible, as fast you can afford it, and get yourself more time so you can really start earning more money. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate, just shoot them below the video, and I'm happy to answer them. Thanks, bye-bye.